Alright you guys, so if you do remember when I installed my Auxbeam switch panel, I had placed it right here, which, I mean, it looks awesome, you know, it makes the truck look really cool in my opinion. I do want a more factory look. If you guys do remember, like on all my previous videos, I've been changing up a lot of stuff just to make it look a lot more cleaner on the truck. So that's going to be one of the things that I've been wanting to do for months now. If at the end of the video after we install it, you guys do want to go ahead and purchase it, I'll make sure to link it in the description box below. You guys can see right here, it's the switch panels right here, and I know also with the Switch Pros, some people put it up here. So now what we have today is going to be this panel here, and cool thing about this is it works with either the switch panel or with the Auxbeam. With this right here, you'd leave it for the switch panel, and now if you have an Auxbeam like mine, you'd take that off, and this is where it's going to go inserted. Cool thing about this, it comes with an on and off switch. So if you look down here, it's basically going to be replacing this whole panel right about there, and we won't have to worry about this on and off switch because it already comes provided. So first thing we're going to go ahead and do is get ourselves a panel removal tool just like this. If you don't have one, you can use a flathead, but just be careful not to mar the plastic because you can damage it super easily. I could even damage it with this plastic removal tool, but it's just a little better. So all you do is just kind of work your way around it, and it should pop out. All right, and there it is. So up next, what you're going to need to do is disconnect everything, so that way we can get ready to replace it with the new one. Just like that. They all have little push pins on the harnesses, so they should come out. And there's this one, just to compare them. This is going to be the brand new one. So now, if you can tell, there's a bunch of blanks down here. That's where you're going to fill them in down here. And then, of course, this button you won't be using anymore because it already comes with one. So we'll show you guys kind of how to swap everything out, put it into this one, so it'll look super clean. The next thing that I'm going to be working on is removing the actual switch panel, which is right here. For me, I did use double-sided sticky tape, so it should come up. If it doesn't, I'm going to need a heat gun, but it looks like it's coming up. All right. And I'll just clean up the tape later on. So mine is ran through here, so I do have to remove this gasket. So it just depends on how you placed yours. And then, of course, if yours is also under this, there should be a screw back here. You unscrew it, and then this whole thing will pop off. I have too many videos on how to do that, so I'm not going to really show you guys. Just going to get it going. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to route this wire up, which you can freely see. I know on the camera you're not going to be able to really see it, but I can freely see downwards. So I'm just going to go ahead and tuck the wire, and with my other hand, I'll pull it out. Just like that. On the rest of this wire, I'll zip tie it, put all this back together, and we'll go from there. So for right now, we're going to leave these wires dangling. Let's move to the switch panels now and swap everything over. Now that we have this in place, we're going to go ahead and now kind of start swapping everything over. This is from runningfortacos.com, so if you guys do want yours, description box below, I've linked a direct link to it. Every purchase does help out the channel, so if you want to get yours, there it is. Once again, it does work for the Auxbeam switch panel or the actual Switch Pros SP. So whether you have either or, it'll work. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start disassembling this. I don't have the Switch Pros, so we're going to go ahead and put this off to the side. The Auxbeam one will not fit in there. And then right here, you're going to notice the on and off button. If you come to the back, it's going to be a little foam insert from keeping it from falling. So once you take it out, just be cautious, it's going to come out. So we're going to need to use that. So now on this piece here, we're going to need to remove everything besides this on and off. But let's focus on the back here. So these should have some clips right here and right here. You're going to push them in, and it's going to pop right out just like that. Okay, so we're going to do that for all of them. So push in, pop out, push in, pops right out, push in, and this one's going to be a little more difficult because this is a custom one that I made. so it's not gonna, it doesn't sit how it should. So all we have left now is going to be this button here. Coming to the back, I'm not gonna lie, this one's a little scary. I've already started it, but I'm gonna show you guys. So get your panel removal tool. You're gonna see there's a tab there. Don't touch that one, but there's gonna be a tab here and a tab here. Once again, don't touch that top one, touch the one in here. So what you do is you're gonna work your way, just pry it open, and same thing with the other side, and it should pop right off. So you're only going to need this piece, you're not gonna need the switch part. So right here is where it's gonna get a little bit fun. So you're gonna have to pry this thing off as well. Just be careful not to break anything. Once you have this off, you can kind of get that ready. So I'm gonna have to go back in there. So there it is. So then you can put this. If I was you guys though, I would wait until you're in the truck so you can see which is which as far as which one's on and which one's off, so you don't have it wrong. Or you could do it right now. It's no big deal. So I'm gonna leave mine for last. Back over here, what you're gonna need to do for this piece here, let's go ahead and disassemble this. So as far as for me, I used this bracket, which I'm gonna need to take off. Don't lose the screws because you are going to need to reuse them on the new panel. Wire right through. You're gonna notice there's holes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So on here where we took that bracket off, we're gonna be reusing those same holes. That's why I said save the screws. So there it is. Now go ahead and reinstall those screws that you had taken off without the brackets now. It's done. Now we can go ahead and start popping these other ones back in. This is the one that I had taken off from up here in the corner. If you guys do remember, it was a little bit longer than all the other ones. I'm not going to be able to reuse this one anymore. So what I'm going to have to do is, there was a blank on the factory one. I'm going to use this one to put it there. This is basically my base control knob that I had previously installed. So I did custom make it. That's why it looks kind of funky. So I'm going to have to redo that with this blank one, but I'll do that later at a later time. So there it is. And now we need to insert this piece here. But once again, if I was you guys, before inserting all this and putting the switch, let's go to the truck and see what's what. So let's go over there. So what I'm going to be checking for right now is I'm going to see which way is up and which way is down as far as on and off, just so I don't put it backwards on the panel. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it really quick. So now that I've figured out which is on and off, I'm going to go ahead and put this and insert it. There's going to be little grooves that it kind of slides into. Boy, into here. This is also going to have like little nipples or grooves, whatever you want to call them, that are going to insert into that. Make sure it clicks. And there it is. So now you can technically start connecting everything. I'm going to go ahead and drill out my last one real quick so I can put that last, the base control knob, so everything can be kind of clean. And then as far as for me, I'm going to need to order one more blank just to kind of cover this up so it doesn't have a hole straight through the back. So I'll get back to you guys right now and then we'll go ahead and connect. All right, you guys, so just to give you that last look, this is the factory one. This is going to be the brand new one. As you can tell, it gives it that nice factory look. So now that I have all my buttons installed, once again, I do need to buy one more blank to cover this hole up, but we'll leave it for now. We're going to go ahead and now reinstall all the switches that are back here. So it shouldn't be too hard. All you really do is just match everything up. Super simple. All right, so now that you have everything kind of placed in, you might notice it's not going to go in all the way. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to grind this little section off so that way this can be inserted. From looking at the factory panel, if you see this here, there's nothing that goes attached to those holes anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to grind it off just a little, just enough so this inserts. So all I used was a Dremel to cut that little piece out. And once again, this is up to you if you want to do it. I don't know if it's like this on all the Tacomas, but that's how it was for mine. And this should just pop right in. All right, you guys, so now that we finished up with the installation, you guys can see it. Now it's super clean. It's out of the way. Right here, it was kind of blocking the view, which, like I said, I mean, it does look cool because it kind of shows, you know, that you have stuff. But at the same time, having a sleek look like this is a lot better. And that way it keeps away from those peeping toms that are trying to look inside your truck. see what they can steal. So this just kind of hides it. So now no one knows that I actually have it, only me as the driver. And it looks super clean, it looks factory. If you guys do want it, once again, description box below. I did want to let you guys know, when installing this panel, when you're pushing it in, you are going to have to work it. This is a little bit more stiff than the factory one, so to get it in there, just work it, but it will go in. So there it is. If you guys do want it, once again, description box below, I've linked it there. If you guys did enjoy today's quick little video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you now. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.